I am. This is so great. We've missed you so much.
Oh, and I missed you too, like crazy. I am so glad to be home.
Damn it. I need to be kept in the loop. Something like this goes down, I'm the last person to know. I mean, what the hell?
Mr. Corinthos, there's someone here to see you. She won't take no for an answer.
It's your choice, Sonny. We can either do this here or at the station.
Oh, here's fine. I've been expecting you.
You like it, don't you?
I love it.
I love you. Let it ring. Please let it ring. Let it ring.
The hospital's calling.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to go check on the kids. I love you.
I love you more. Hello?
That's me. All right, so I moved Hayden into Windermere. Keep an eye on her. I'll make sure she doesn't remember anything.
Do you think that's gonna work?
We may be out of the woods with Hayden. Her memories really seem to be gone.
Yeah, I think I'm going to like it here.
Doing here?
Wait a minute. You two know each other?
You could say that. She's my wife.
Did you just say wife?
Lucas, this is Rosalie Martinez, otherwise known as Mrs. Brad Cooper.
Part of the pair. How quaint.
Stop it.
Wow. Hands off. She wants to take this into your room.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
When Hayden walked into Windermere, it was as if she was seeing it for the first time. She didn't remember anything.
Well, she could be covering. That is her specialty.
No, I was watching her the whole time. And if she had even a flicker of a memory, I would have noticed.
I hope you're right. I have a lot more to lose.
What do you mean?
Jake proposed to me, and I accepted.
Isn't that what you wanted?
Right.
Well, I mean, you don't sound like a very excited bride to be.
I'm still processing it. This is like a dream come true to me.
Well, you've loved Jason for a long time.
I know, I have. I love him more than anything, and I would do anything for him.
Elizabeth, what is it? What's wrong?
I'm going to betray his trust and tell you something that he told me. It's too important.
Oh, God, it feels like I've been gone for a year.
It does. I really miss you.
Oh, my God, there's my little guy.
This is Grandma.
Honey, look how big you're getting.
He is going to be 2 next month.
You think that I would forget my grandson's birthday?
Yeah, maybe we go easy on the presents this year.
Oh, yeah, not on your life. This is a very big milestone. Of course, in his case, it's going to be the terrific twos. And I cannot wait for you to meet your Uncle Leonardo.
Leonardo Falconeri.
Yes, Leo, for sure. You like it?
I love it. Did you name him after Leonardo da Vinci?
And DiCaprio.
Oh.
What? Your mother likes movies. What can I say?
Apparently, yes. But look, enough chit-chat. Hey, where's my baby brother?
Yeah, I'll have to talk to you later about this.
What was that all about? What are you so worked up about?
Can I offer you some coffee, Commissioner?
Corinthos coffee?
I believe in my own product.
I'll have to take that under advisement.
All right, let's cut to the chase. One of the guys who hijacked my property is dead. The other has vanished. I gave you the names yesterday, remember? Mm-hmm. And you failed to take them into custody. Now one of them's dead. So that means your department did not follow through.
Or you got to the dead man before I could.
Damn right I'm worked up. That was Bobby.
Bobby? Spencer?
Yeah. Lucas and Brad called off their wedding.
Oh, when?
I'm not sure, but Lucas is back living at Carly's place. Not that anybody bothered to tell me.
Well, what happened? Why'd they call it off?
Turns out, Brad was already married.
So this is your wife. If it's any consolation, I'm surprised to see her.
Even consolation is not really the word that comes to mind right now, Brad.
I'm sorry. I still can't believe you're here. I didn't even know you were in Port Charles.
Yeah, I've been here for months. I never ran into you.
Yeah, ditto.
You know, all this time I thought you had a husband. It never even occurred to me that Brad Cooper, the man who hits on every single man that he meets, even the straight ones, could be married to a woman. Especially not this woman, the one who just asked me out.
You asked Lucas out? My fiancé?
My ex-fiancé.
I didn't know that you guys were involved. I didn't even know he was gay.
Okay, hold on. Excuse me? I think the bigger issue here is the fact that you two are married to each other. How does that work? First, Brad asks me to marry him, and then you ask me out? Either this is the most open marriage I've ever seen, or I'm being punked. I mean, do they still do that?
It's not a joke, okay? I swear.
Then what the hell is it, Brad?
Just give me a chance, and I'll tell you everything.
So I assume that you haven't found my missing shipment.
No, the department's working hard on finding your coffee. Yeah, you know that product that's so precious to other criminals that they're willing to risk their lives for it. You know, why don't we just quit tiptoeing around this? We both know that you had a damn good reason for ordering that killing, Sonny.
I don't order people killed. And even if I did, why would I draw attention to my targets by IDing those guys first for you?
I don't know, to play games with me?
Well, I don't play games. You're the one who plays games. You manipulated Sean, played on his feelings for you, so that way he come work for me, and you could spy on him.
That was official business,
No,
Sonny.
see,
I was working undercover.
You call it business, I call it betrayal. There's nothing more to say about that. Now, as far as the dead man, you know who did it. And why?
Wait a second. What do you mean Brad is married? To whom?
Bobby doesn't have any idea.
So what was the whole thing about Brad getting down and proposing to him in front of everyone at the nurses' ball? Knowing he was married to somebody else?
That looks like the story, yeah.
Well, he didn't think he was going to get caught. Although that does happen sometimes. I mean, he's not the first bigamist in history. Not that that lessens how Lucas feels about this.
You think? Brad deliberately made a phony marriage proposal. He strung Lucas along for weeks. You can imagine. I want to tear this weasel apart for hurting my son.
Rosalie and I are old friends. When my parents adopted me, they moved me from the Asian Quarter to this tiny town in Iowa. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Iowa, but they've got a lot of cornfields, like a lot. Jocelyn would have been in heaven, but me, not so much. So when it was time for me to go to college, I went away as far as possible. I ended up in Miami, where I met Rosalie.
In college?
Yeah, in college. They had this 70s theme night after orientation, and I was standing all alone against a wall, and I saw Brad. And he was clearly in the same boat as I was, so I asked him to dance. They were playing this Bee Gees song, and, well, it was apparent that Brad was more into the music than he was into me. Turns out he was really into disco. Like, really, really into disco. But it's fine. I was into disco, too, and we both like comic books, and We started hanging out together.
And when I came out, Ro was with me the whole way.
Yeah, and I watched him hit on every man in the student union.
But she never judged me. She was the best friend I could have asked for.
I'm glad you didn't have to go through that alone. And what about the marriage?
Well, I thought I'd gotten away from my parents, but I still never actually worked up the nerve to come out to them.
Yeah, so when they saw us hanging out together, they just assumed
we were a couple. I mean, it was easier than telling the truth, so I didn't correct them. But then the graduation started getting closer, and they started pressuring me to set a date for the wedding.
Pressuring? They bought me 3 subscriptions to wedding magazines.
Yeah, it was pretty out of control.
Yeah.
So we got married. To make them happy.
Lucas and I, we haven't crossed paths much lately. You know, after the baby died, there was that whole Denise debacle. I don't know, maybe if I would have checked in with him a little more, I'd know what was going on.
Look, you were busy, so you don't need to blame yourself.
I just wish I could have been there for him. You know, all those years he didn't have me. Now I'm back in his life. He should be able to talk to his father.
So this is what you were upset about. I thought it was that.
You thought I was talking about those headlines? I swore to you that I had nothing to do with that anymore. I thought you believed me. Was I wrong?
Can you make it fly? Yeah, see that? There you go. There you go, honey. You want to take it?
You know how hard it was for me to tear myself away from Leo, but he's in hiding with Ned and his daughter Brooklyn. They're keeping him safe from Julian.
Well, you don't have to worry about Julian coming for Leo, from what I understand. He honestly believes that the baby died.
Yeah. I'm starting to feel kind of bad about that.
Elizabeth, whatever it is, you can tell me what's wrong.
Okay, Michael hired Jake and Sam to dig up dirt on you, to get leverage so that Michael can reclaim ELQ.
Yeah. Michael and I were having a cryptic conversation the other evening. Maybe that's what he was hinting to. Do they have anything?
Well, nothing concrete, but they do know you have some connection with Hayden. And they think you know who Jake really is.
They do?
Nicholas, I shouldn't be talking about this with Jake in the house, but I wanted to warn you. They cannot find out the truth.
They won't. I'll make sure of it. Look, I need to get back to Hayden, okay?
Wait. If she remembers something, are you going to hurt her? Okay. Sure. Just call me later. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, who's that? So how do you like the accommodations?
You weren't lying when you said you had plenty of room. It's all very luxurious. That vase, it was part of a pair, wasn't it?
Yes.
What happened to the other one?
Broke.
Too bad.
It was an accident.
No. I broke the other vase, and it wasn't an accident. I distinctly remember throwing it to the ground, but what I can't seem to remember is why.
I'm sorry. Forget I asked that. Whoever you talk to, that's your business.
Babe, we're getting married. You can ask me whatever you want. I was talking to Nicholas. He knows you and Sam have been investigating him.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you seriously having second thoughts about hiding Leo from Julie?
Yeah, don't you say that you were determined to protect the baby?
Yeah, but I mean, am I really doing the right thing? Or am I just keeping a father from his son for no good reason? Dante, you gotta tell me the truth. Is Julian really out of the mob?
The truth is, Man, no one knows for sure.
Do you think I am still in the mob?
May I remind you that I was the one that stood there while Jordan reenacted the Spanish Inquisition.
And I'm grateful
And
for
talked about this guy who was your associate who was shot and suddenly died before he was able to continue talking about your relationship with
that. I
him.
agree, that looked better.
And yet I did my job. I shut the commissioner down.
You were my attorney. It was your job to proclaim my innocence.
And I did a great job, if I say so myself.
Yes, okay. But that doesn't prove that you trust me, that you believe I'm legit. So after everything we've been through, you're still doubting me.
After everything we've been through, I'd be a complete idiot if I didn't question everything. Eyes wide open so I don't get blindsided again.
What will it take for you to have faith in me again?
I have faith in you. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop being analytical or stop weighing the evidence. Eyes wide open so you don't burn me again.
Okay, in all seriousness, Alexis, I'm not lying to you. I've lied to you in the past, I know this, but this time it's different. Things have changed. Honestly, I lost my baby. I lost you. Now you're back in my life. And I'm going to keep you close. I'm not going to risk losing you again.
Now see, that I believe.
Jerome had that hijacker eliminated to shut him up before he could flip on Julian.
Are you forgetting that I also work for Julian?
Well, then you know better than anybody that Julian's got no honor. He'd sell out his own mother. His people aren't loyal to him like my people are to me. Like Sean was. Julian's trying to tie off loose ends, all right? Make sure nobody incriminates him. I wouldn't be surprised if that second hijacker turns up dead.
Looks like you were right. This place is triggering your memory.
Maybe.
Can you tell me what you think you're remembering?
When I saw only one vase there, I could see myself grabbing the other one and throwing it to the ground as hard as I could. I meant to break it. And I was furious.
Well, that was typical of us, I'm afraid. Like I said, our relationship was often volatile. We were always fighting about something.
It wasn't just the two of us. There was someone else here. A woman. Who was she?
You were talking to Nicholas?
Yes.
And you told him about Sam and my investigation?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is not who I want to be. This is not how I want to live. When you told me that Nicholas might know who you are, I got so upset that I called him to confront him. I was trying to avoid the specifics. Before I knew it, I gave away everything.
Everything? Everything? Everything?
Well, that you and Sam have been investigating the connection between him and Hayden, and how right after Hayden got shot, she said someone else knows who you really are. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not. This is exactly why you didn't want to tell me.
It's
and
okay.
I understand that.
It's okay. I'm sure Nicholas figured out most of it anyway. Hey, says you had him on the phone. I don't suppose he told you who I really am, did he?
She got married to make your parents happy.
Yeah, I couldn't come out to them. Okay, they weren't ready. They would have completely freaked. I couldn't do that to them.
You'd rather have them believe a lie.
I'm the only child. Okay, they love me so much. When they adopted me, their dream for me was to grow up and get married and have kids, to give them the big family they always wanted. They love Rosalie, so yeah, we got married.
Just like that.
I'd never seen my parents so happy.
It's true. They were ecstatic.
But the two of us knew it was only for the benefit. There was never anything going on between us.
Yeah, we're just friends, okay?
And unfortunately, we somehow lost touch over the years. I mean, we didn't even know we ended up in the same town.
Okay, fine. I get why you married Rosalie. Why did you marry Brad?
If Julie's business and the violence that goes with it isn't a threat anymore, then I could bring Leo back here. I could let him grow up with his nephew and his big brother.
Well, his nephew and his big brother would obviously like that a lot.
God, we'd just be like one big family again, all together.
Like Bensonhurst all over again.
Oh, that would be so wonderful. But if you're not sure about Julian, then Leo and I can't come back here.
After Sonny.
Is he okay?
He's fine. He's fine, but one of Julian's guys turned up dead yesterday night. That could either be Sonny as payback for the raids? Or is Julian taking out his own guy to make sure he doesn't talk to the cops?
Shouldn't you be over at Jerome's place, rattling his cage, or better yet, trying to find his other friend?
No, I got people on that. And I think that you do too.
If I did, I'd turn him over to you, because I got nothing to lose by you questioning this man. But Julian does. Doesn't that concern you a little bit?
Should it?
If you don't find this hijacker before Julian does, like I said, you're gonna have another death on your hands.
I can't even tell you how grateful I am to you for sticking by me. You know, I don't mean just for this whole mob thing, but for the baby, too, you know. I honestly miss that kid every day.
I know you do.
And to this day, I don't understand what happened. No, I understand that he was born premature, that he was getting stronger, he was stable. I show up at the hospital, they tell me he's dead.
Sometimes things just happen, you know, there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, well, I was in denial, you know. I don't want to listen. I was convinced that Olivia was deliberately making up this story to keep me away from our son.
Well, she did do that with Dante.
But then once, Brett took me to see the baby's ashes, I knew that he was gone. I knew that I had to say goodbye to the one child that I thought I would have a hand in raising. Something I never got a chance to do with Lucas or Sam.
What was in it for you to become Mrs. Brad Cooper?
Well,
you're not some lesbian trying to hide your sexuality from your parents, are you? I can tell that by the way you just flirted with me. So why marry Brad?
Because she's a great friend.
Brit's your best friend. I don't think she'd agree to marry you.
It doesn't matter. I didn't have to ask Brit. I was already married.
Well, you were already married when you met me, but you asked me to marry you. Why?
I know, okay, and I'm sorry. I realize now that I was deluding myself. It was just so romantic with the song and everything. I just got caught up in the moment. I wasn't thinking.
I am thinking, and none of this adds up. Doesn't make any sense, Brad. If you got hitched to make your parents happy, then why keep the truth from me for so long? There's got to be something else. Why not just tell me the truth?
Nicholas swore to me he doesn't know who you really are.
No surprise there.
But there is something else. He invited Hayden to stay with him now that she's out of the hospital.
Did he say why?
Well, they had a pass, and it's not like she has anywhere else to go.
Wow. Isn't he generous?
He's not doing it for her. He wants to keep a close eye on her in case she remembers something, so that she doesn't have the chance to con anyone ever again.
So, Nicholas is inviting Hayden to stay at his house because he's just a great guy? Not because he wants to keep it quiet?
I'm not sure who was here when we were arguing. Maybe a member of my staff, perhaps?
No. She wasn't deferential to you. In fact, she was downright confrontational.
Oh, well then maybe it was Rosalie. I mean, she certainly can
No,
be confrontational.
I told you there's nothing wrong with my short-term memory, and I just saw Rosalie. It definitely wasn't her.
Okay, well, if it wasn't one of my maids, and if it wasn't Rosalie, then I'm not sure what to tell you.
This woman clearly didn't like me, and I felt hostile towards her, too.
Okay. There are a few possibilities.
So who was she? And why were the three of us engaged in some sort of battle? What were we fighting about?
Find the hijacker before Jerome does, otherwise you won't have a witness or a case.
Well, I might have some questions for you.
I'll make myself available. But you know what? On second thought, it'd probably be better if everything just went through my attorney.
Avoid self-incrimination?
Always a pleasure to see you, Commissioner. I'm going to have Philly walk you out.
I don't suppose TJ's around?
No, TJ's working.
When I was here yesterday, Thomas made it very clear to me that he was taking orders from you.
No, TJ lives here. You don't take orders from anyone.
Look, my son considers you his benefactor. Okay, so You win. You got what you wanted. You payback for what I did to you and Sean.
You know what, Commissioner? We both know that I didn't destroy your relationship. That was already done.
So this is my fault.
Listen, I know what it's like to, be rejected by your kid. It happened to me. I don't have TJ living here because it's payback. I'm doing it because I promised Sean that I would look out for him.
Well, that may very well be, but my son accepted your offer to stick it to me.
Well, maybe not, but I'm not trying to keep you two apart. As a matter of fact, Carly and I have been pushing for him to make peace with you.
Well, aren't you the benevolent ones?
We've been where you are, and we wouldn't wish that on our worst enemy. You deserve to have a relationship with your son.
So you're telling me that it wouldn't be safe to bring Leo back here? That Julian could still be up to his neck in violence and bloodshed?
Look, the commissioner brought Julian in to ask him about the gunshot victim, what he knew, and he claimed he had nothing to do with it.
I want to bring Leo back here so they can have the three of you in his life, but that means telling Julian the truth that his son is still alive. And letting Julian be a father to our son. Should I do that? Should I tell the truth? Should I bring Leo back?
This is all I have left of my son.
I know how hard this is on you.
No, I just can't help thinking how great it would have been to watch him grow up, to give him everything he needs, to play baseball with them, and I'll just give him the kind of love that I never got to give Sam or Lucas. I've really learned a lot from them. And I just can't help but think what an amazing dad I would have been to that baby.
You would have been a great dad. You'll never doubt that.
Why didn't you tell me that you were already married?
Because
it wouldn't have made any sense to you. Just like it doesn't make any sense to anyone else.
Oh, so that's it. You didn't tell me the truth because you didn't think you knew how to explain it to me? What are you two looking at? No, I don't buy it. You're still married, but you haven't seen each other for years, and you haven't been taking Rosalie home to see your parents.
Not lately.
So then why? What, are they sitting around waiting for grandkids? Wait, hold on. You two don't have kids, do you?
No, of course not.
Why should I even believe this? Why should I believe any of this? All you've done is lie to me from the beginning.
No, Lucas, listen to me. No, Lucas, listen to me. Okay? I may have lied about being married, but I never lied about how I felt about you, okay? That was always the truth.
Then get a divorce. If you love me, deal with your parents. Make this go away. Brad, we could get married.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I have to stay married to Rosalie.
My baby would have been 3 months old today.
You know, I know you think about this all the time. But you never talk about it, which is why I don't bring it up. That's why I don't ask about it.
Look, I'm sorry, Alexis. I really don't mean to shut you out. It's just I don't want to make a big deal out of it. When we're together, I just don't want you to think that this baby was more important to me than Sam or Lucas or Danny. Yeah, because I really love those guys.
I know you do.
I'm really lucky to have those two in my life and an amazing grandson. It's just, when I think about the baby, I can't help but dream. I just can't help but dream what it had been.
Nicholas wouldn't lie to me. He would have told me if he knew anything about you.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. I told him we were engaged. So he understands if there was something to say, now's the time to do it, before we get married and before my boys become any more attached to you than they already are. Because it would break their little hearts if you were taken away from us. So you can trust me if Hayden remembers something, Nicholas will tell me. To protect me and the boys from being any more devastated than we would be if you had to leave.
There's nothing that you can remember it that's going to change the way I feel about you. There's nothing I can learn about my past that can make me stop loving you. Okay? There's nothing that's going to take me away from you. I promise you that. Okay? I love you.
This woman asked if I was insane. And granted, I was smashing vases, so maybe she had a point, but I have a feeling that whatever I did, she deserved it.
You were upset?
In front of this woman. You must know who she is, unless, of course, you've come down with a case of amnesia yourself.
Yes, of course I know who she is. Okay, she's a woman that I was previously involved with. We're still friendly. She came by to see me, and you hated that.
I was jealous?
Let's just say you let your emotions get the best of you. You had strong feelings for me.
Was I the only one? Or are you going to tell me that the feelings weren't mutual?
How many trains are there?
1, 2, 3.
That's right. Do you know what that is? That is a baby. You were a baby once, too. That's how everyone starts. Just like your uncle. You have an uncle who's a baby. How silly is that? Uncle Leonardo. I wish that Uncle Leo could be in his life.
I do too. But it's up to my mother, and I understand how she feels.
She's in a really difficult position.
That's a bacon.
That's right. I just hope she makes the right decision.
I know that the topic of your baby is not easy to discuss, but I want you to know that I am willing to listen about him anytime.
I don't want to be a burden.
Stop. You're not a burden to me. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what you're feeling. I want you to trust me the way that I trust you because I believe in you. I adore you. I love you.
I love you so much, and you need to know I never would have made it through losing my baby without you.
Do you want me to get that?
No, I've got it.
Okay, I'm gonna check back at the station, see if there's any information on that dead guy's partner. I think he's the key to what's really going on here.
Well, I hope you find him for both their sakes.
You do a really good impression of the guy that's abiding by the law.
You know what, Commissioner? We're both on the same side here. With business and with your son.
Do you mean it? No matter who you really are, your feelings for me won't change.
I love you. Knowing my name's not going to make me love you any less. Whatever happened in my past is gone. If it comes up, I'll deal with it. Okay? The man who I am right now, he's in love with you. He's going to stay in love with you until the day he dies.
Was I the only one with strong feelings, or were you into me too?
We had our moments.
That isn't what I asked.
Yes, I was into you, too. Sorry. I made a promise that I wouldn't expect sex in return for opening my home to you, so I don't think I should break that promise. So, after all.
The two of you have to stay married. Why? Because of your parents' homophobia? It's 2015. The Supreme Court just ruled that we have the same rights as every other American to get married. It's the law of the land now. Hello is protected under the 14th Amendment. How shocked could they possibly be? Just come out to them, Brad. What?
My parents.
What?
My parents aren't the reason why Ro and I can't get a divorce.
Then what is? Tell me. Brad. Tell me. I swear. I will walk out the door. And I will pretend that we never met.
Rosalie and I have to stay married so that we won't ever be able to testify against each other in a court of law. On the next General Hospital.
Imagine what it's like to realize you're totally in love with the married man.
It sounds complicated.
More than you could possibly imagine.
You have one last chance to tell me what happened.
Do we really think that Julian's back in the game?
Something I need to tell you.
Don't make the same mistake I did.